If you're seeing this video right now, then I want to make a prediction. That prediction is that if there's something you're looking for right now in your life, if you're looking for love, if you're looking for more abundance, if you're looking to bring some new opportunity or new thing into your life, and you've been focusing on it, you've been wanting it, if you were to stop looking for it, to completely let it go, that thing will come into your life quicker than you can even imagine. Now, when I say this right now, it came from a realization that I had while coaching someone. And I realized that never, so often in the thousands and thousands of different things I've done over the last couple of years when it comes to videos and workshops and things like that, most commonly when people finally create what they want in their life or some divine new thing comes into their life, it comes once they stop looking for it. Like imagine someone that's like, I want to attract love. So like, okay, I want to attract love. I'm looking for love. I'm looking for love. I'm going out to the yoga place because maybe I'll find love. I'm going out to the coffee shops because maybe I'll find love. I'm going to that dinner party. I'm going to that club. I'm going to all these places because I'm looking for love. Do you hear stories from people that are like, I was desperately looking for love and then it just came into my life? Normally, it's once the person completely lets go of it. They stop, for a moment, they stop focusing on it, and then it just comes as an act of grace. It's like they're somewhere, they're having a good time, they're focused on it with their friends, and then they meet the person. Very often, it is not the looking. It's like almost, and here's the deeper dynamic, and I'm gonna talk, the explanation that I share in this video, I think will completely clarify why this is so powerful, and also show you that if you bring this energy dynamic into anything in your life you want to create, it will transform it and allow you to also put the awareness more in a more enjoyable way within yourself. So when it comes to this, putting your energy into anything, imagine this real quick. Let's go to the diagram just for a second. Imagine whatever you focus on, your relationship to that thing is evoking a certain emotion in you. And if when you focus on this thing, you feel negative emotion because it's not here yet, you're looking for it but not finding it, then what happens is you're in an energetic state that's blocking those synchronicities and opportunities from coming to your life. Now imagine this. Imagine when you focus on money or love or health. That's a weight that I drew. I'm so proud of myself. But imagine you've been going to the gym and you've been feeling better about going to the gym. And when you focus on it, you feel really good, you feel really in the flow, you love the process. Or maybe for you it's yoga, it's Pilates, it's walking barefoot in grass, it's going for a walk with your dog, whatever it is. That goes really good. You feel good when you do it. But then when you focus on the attracting love thing or the money thing, you have all this resistance. Now that resistance can show you what are your beliefs about the process. Maybe you believe that if you had someone else in your life, then you could feel the love. Or if you had a certain amount of abundance in your life, then you could feel safe. Now, of course, I'm gonna show you in a couple minutes how to actually go about this in a very powerful way, but it's also showing you the resistance you have in your relationship to that thing. Does that make sense? So imagine it's like you want to attract love, but it's not here yet. So every time you think into the back of your mind about the love and it's like, it's not here yet, where is it? You just keep looking around for it. You're like, where is it? And you keep feeling the resistance, and when you're in resistance, you're blocking opportunities for coming into your life. Now, if you were to take that awareness and focus it back into yourself and realize that it's also a belief, it's a story, that if you had the external love in your life, then you could feel love, but if you focus on yourself, you bring your energy back and you stop resisting the love from actually coming to you, because at the deepest core level, you are source energy, the universe, God, whatever name you want to give it. It's always flowing this information, this energy to you. That's what these blue lines are. And around these different concepts, we have a relationship to this area of our life. And when we overanalyze it or overthink it or overlooking for it, we're reaffirming it's not here now. It's not here now. It's not here now. Remember, this is the only moment that exists right now. The past was something that was in the now moment. We have it in our memory bank. We can remember the past from here. But it actually, this moment is the only moment that exists. That when it was the past, it was now. When it will be the future, it'll be now. So if now is the only moment that exists and we're constantly wiring in the energy of it's not here now, it's not here now, it's not here now, then we're going to keep looking and we're going to keep prolonging it from being here now. That's why gratitude can be so powerful. Imagine it's like the universe, God, source energy, whatever name you want to give it. It's like whatever you say and whatever energy you embody, you immediately get a reflection of. And imagine it's like, it's not here yet. And that energy is like, yes, it's not here yet. And you're like, yeah, but I want it. I want the love. I want the money, and I want the health. I want the good health, or the perfect body. And the universe, God, source energy is like, yes, you do. You really want it. And you're like, I know, I really want it. And the universe is like, yes, you do. And you're like, gosh, you just keep telling me yes. This is confusing me. When in fact, if you were to put the awareness back in yourself and focus on yourself and start focusing on embodying those energies now, it changes everything. You know what's funny? The more I've gotten to become the kind of person that isn't attached and isn't looking for these external things, the more they've come into my life. Like anytime, and this happens so many times when I was coaching someone in one of my coaching programs, it was like I was literally saying, do this as an experiment. Because she was wanting to attract love. She was going out, and one of the things, the epiphanies, was like her friend invited her to a club. She went to a club even though she doesn't resonate with anyone at a club, and she's not the kind of person that feels like she'd meet someone at the club. But yet she went to the club because that's what everyone else does. And a lot of this is taking your awareness back and not doing what everyone else is doing what you want to do. Going to the places you want to go. But I gave her an experiment. I said, stop looking. Just stop looking and watch what happens. So many times people stop looking for love and then it happens. Or they make a rule for themselves that says, I'm not going to focus on dating or this or that. I'm just going to focus on myself, and then it happens. I remember when I was first applying for this job right out of high school. I applied at Nordstrom's. Here, I'll give you two little scenarios here that just kind of illustrate this point of how when you stop looking and you're not wanting it, you're just more magnetic. Okay, so first off, I went to Nordstrom Rack because I knew that I wanted to eventually work at the full line Nordstrom. Nordstrom Rack, you got paid hourly. It was like the discount Nordstrom store, so it was like a department clothing store, and I worked in women's shoes. Now, what actually originally happened is I applied for men's clothes. And I got interviewed by this guy named Ibrahima. I remember it very clearly. And I went in for this interview, and I was really wanting it. I really wanted to work there because I knew that if I transferred to the full line store, I would eventually get paid commission, and I would make a lot more money while I was going to college. So this guy interviews me, and I really want it. And I'm being like, kind of showing my personality, but also I could feel like I really want it. And then I honestly thought that I got the job. And then like 4 or 5 days later, Ibrahim calls me, and I think he's calling me to tell me, hey, Aaron, you got the job. It was only like $10 an hour or something. It wasn't some crazy job. I thought he was gonna tell me, Aaron, you got the job. He says, hey, Aaron, I just wanted you to know that I actually went with someone else, and thank you for your time and your interview, and you're a great person, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what? I was like disappointed. I was like, I really thought I got that. I was like, you know what? No worries. Thanks for the opportunity. Wasn't meant to be. So I let it go. Completely let it go. That ship has sailed. I let it go. No longer was I resisting it. No longer was I looking. I just let it go. About 4 or 5 days later, I get another call. This time, it's from this lady named Liz, this Filipino lady that is the women's shoe manager at Nordstrom Rack. And she goes, hello? And I said, hello? She goes, I'd love for you to come in for an interview. Ibrahima recommended you and said you weren't right for men's clothes, but maybe for women's shoes, and I'm looking to hire someone. So then what she did is I went in for an interview, got the job, worked in women's shoes, which is interesting because I couldn't imagine myself. I know I worked in women's shoes for 8 years. I couldn't imagine myself working in clothes or something. That would have completely put a different trajectory on me. And I would be telling a different story in all my YouTube videos. I'd be like, I used to work in men's clothes. I wear Armani suits or something. Instead, I'm like, women's shoes, brass plum shoes at Nordstrom's. But it happened once I stopped looking and I let it go. But before that, I wanted it. Then I didn't want it, and then it came. Another example of this is I remember at that same moment that I got the job at Nordstrom Rack, I had my best friend at the time. He was like, Aaron, I want to go to this job interview. It's at this place called Zappos. Maybe you've heard of Zappos. I was, in Vegas. It's like the headquarters of Zappos. Zappos, whatever. Target. So Zappos. I go in for this job interview, and he's like, we were gonna go like, just hang out. And he's like, you wanna come to this job interview? It's like a group interview. And I was like, not really, as I kind of got my other job, and I was like, you know what though, I was kind of bored, so I was like, let's just chill. Let's just go, and then we'll go out to breakfast, like lunch afterwards. Okay. So we go to this job interview. Listen to this. We go to this interview, and we go into the Zappos, which is an extremely progressive, kind of cool place where what they have is you go in, and they had this sleeping room where people were just taking naps that worked there. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Then you go into this other big, like, party streamers everywhere and Porta subs. Everyone's got subs and they're eating, and there's all this quirkiness going around, and people are on phones and stuff like that. And you know what's interesting is this was back in like 2011, 10, when they were first coming up. If I would have got in then, I would have probably got stock options before they blew up and got sold to Amazon. I would have probably been one of the higher ups. And here's the cool, interesting thing. They paid 15, 16 bucks an hour. Nordstrom's paid $10 an hour, Nordstrom's Rack. So I go to this job, here's the story though. I go to this job interview, and they say at the very beginning, we go in, I'm seeing this cool spot and all this stuff, and they're like, we like weird people, is what they said. And I said, okay, I'm pretty weird. So I was like, I'm just gonna have fun with this. Once again, I'm gonna have fun. I'm not looking, I'm just having fun. It's a present moment thing. So I'm with my buddy who wanted the job. I'm there, I could care less about the job. We go into these different group interviews, and I'm with all these other people. They do the speed like dating interview thing where like there's like 4 managers and they're like asking me questions and stuff. And I'm just messing with them. They're like, what do you do in your free time? I remember I said, I like to jump rope and hopscotch at this neighborhood park that I go to. That's what I said. I was just joking around, but I said it serious. I was like, I don't care about this job. So I was like, hopscotch, I like jump rope, sometimes I do this. I was just saying weird stuff. Because I was like, I don't care about this. I know I'm not, even though they paid 15 bucks an hour, I knew that the 10 bucks an hour at Nordstrom Rack would eventually get me to the full line store, which is making 20, 30, 40 bucks an hour because it's commission. So here I am all weird, like I like jump rope and hopscotch and all this weird stuff. And at the end of it, I just had fun with it. At the end of it, my friend and I leave, and 2-3 days later, guess what happened? They call me back and they go, we would love to offer you a job. And I was like, and my buddy didn't get the call back. I got the call back, but my friend didn't. And I didn't care. And I was just being loose and having fun and joking around and being weird, but just kind of being myself. And my friend wanted it, and maybe it was, I don't think he was putting on a front or anything, but he wanted the job and didn't get it. I wasn't looking for it. He was. So the more you don't look, the more you're just being yourself in your own frame, the more magnetic your energy is. And the more likely that energy can flow into your life. Now, when you want it, remember this moment is the only moment that exists. I want, I lack. I wasn't at that job interview like, I really want this job. I want you to think about me a certain way. I'm attached to outcome. I was more so like, I'm just having fun. I like to jump rope. One time I was a substitute teacher in one of my classes in high school, and he had us all go around and share our name and one thing we like to do. And I was like, kind of like the class clown, just always joking around. No one ever took, like I was just always messing around. So I was like, my name's Aaron, I like jump rope. And I said that jump rope thing. So when I was at the Zappos interview, I was like, I'm just gonna say I like jump rope. I was like, I like to jump rope in my free time. And there's nothing wrong with jump roping. It's just random, and I just like random. But nonetheless, the less you look, the more it is. So if you're trying to attract love, if you're trying to attract money, whatever you're trying to attract, you've probably been building up a storehouse of energy in your energy field of you wanting it, putting the visualization of it, all this stuff, but there's an attachment to outcome. And that's resisting the process. So every time you focus on love, you feel, It's like imagine there's frequencies, like radio frequencies. And imagine when you turn your frequency of love, if there's resistance there, it's like, it's kind of staticky. But if you just change the channel and let it kind of work itself out, you can then allow the source energy, God, the universe, to bring it into your life in a way that you can't even imagine. There are so many times and so many people I've said this to that they come back months later and they're like, wow, what if the limitation was the ego trying to figure it out, and actually the universe could bring it in even more magically. That's why a lot of times getting into the unknown, getting into the unknown energy, getting into the still point, meditation is so powerful. Letting go of outcome, realizing the ego doesn't know, the ego thinks it knows best, but it doesn't know best. So if you want to attract love, if you want to attract money, stop focusing on it completely. You're like, well, Aaron, don't you need to focus a little bit on it to you can set the intention and you can, but focus on becoming the kind of person that has that naturally. I remember when it came to attracting love, it was like something like 2 or 3 years ago, it's a big focus of mine, attracting love. I want to attract love and attract dating opportunities and all these things. And now, it's funny how as I've completely let go of even caring, completely let go and really not attached, not just saying, here's the thing too, you don't want to just say I'm not attached, I'm not focused on it because then I'm going to get the result. You just become the kind of person that feels safe in your own frame of reality, and you observe these beliefs that you think you need this in order to feel good enough, or in order to feel whole, or in order to feel your connection to God, source energy. And then you don't feel like you need it, but then all the opportunities are there. It's really weird how this happens. But understand, a lot of times people are looking for money and abundance as a distraction from the source energy that's naturally within them. We are all at one with God, the universe, source energy, whatever name you want to give it. The energy is flowing through, and as you allow it to flow through, you feel differently. But when we believe that it's on the outside and we need to change the outside, that's where things become challenging. Because it's like you're looking for your keys. Imagine you lost your keys and you're looking frantically all around your house. And you're like, where's my keys? Where's my keys? Where's my keys? I can't find my keys. You're asking your kids, your family, your dog, where's my keys? Did you mess with my keys? And then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go outside, even though you weren't outside at all. So why would your keys be outside? But you're going outside, you're like, where's my keys? Where's my keys? I just need to look for my keys. And you keep looking for your keys. And if you would just stop looking for your keys, wanna know what you'd find out? They're right where you left them. In your pocket. Happens a lot. People can't find things in their pocket. They just believe it's not, so they go looking everywhere for it. So remember, the things you're looking for, you already have, because it's an energy inside of yourself that you can give yourself permission to feel by becoming the kind of person that recognizes that energy within yourself already. Realize you are God source energy. Stop limiting the way these things can manifest in your life, and instead focus on your frequency. Focus on your relationship to these things. And as you focus on your relationship to these things and embodying these energies, you will then attract more of an equal representation of that into your reality. Like, for example, if you want money because it'll bring you more security, you'll feel more secure. You can focus on feeling more secure now. If you want love because you're going to feel more connection, you could focus on your connection to the divine, your connection to your animal, your pet, you could connection to your family, your friends, nature. Bring that energy into your life now, because remember, right now is the only moment that exists. You want to feel good inside of your own body, you don't need to wait till you're at a certain body fat percentage. You could instead focus on making healthy choices every day and realize that as you eat healthy food, you're sustaining your body in a different way. Feel it now. Now, instead of looking for it. It's already within. The more I've realized this and the more I focus on my own energy, the more this has become that reflection inside of my life. Now there is, if you haven't done it yet, what'smyvibration.com. If you want to calibrate your vibration and get a meditation for elevating your frequency to a completely new level, then go to www.what'smyvibration.com or click the link in my description box below. And then there is also a meditation that will help you raise your frequency, raise your dominant vibration permanently. It's one of my most popular meditations, over 2 million views. Read the comments and see what's possible from it. Commit to it for 21 days and watch how you start to feel this energy on the inside now.